Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brandon again. You are watching a few sets from my squat day today where I'm working on form. So keeping the weight light, 135. I do this every now and then where I don't post videos. I figured I'd post these today just to show you some of the things that I look for when I squat. So from this particular angle, what I'm checking for is my depth, as well as checking to see if my bottom rounds out, or what most people call as a butt wink. And as you can see here from the first set, wink. Yep, so that's something I need to work on. I'm thinking I might kind of play with my squat even more. As you can see, my butt tucks under at the bottom. That's something I'm definitely going to want to correct, especially when I'm using heavier weights. So for light weights here, I don't really have an issue with it because, again, that's what the point of this video is, to check my form. So my depth is fine on this, but my butt is definitely winking, and that's the kind of wink I just don't appreciate. Now with this angle, what I'm checking on is bar placement on my back, so trying to get a little bit lower. One of the things I've been trying to do is also start with the bar lower to rack from a lower point. Now this, looking at depth, looks okay. You'll also notice my wrists look a little bit weird here, and that's because if you notice on my working sets from other things, my wrists kind of get pointed back some and it puts a lot of stress on it. So this is something I'm trying to play around with. When you're doing these low bar squats, you want to create kind of a shelf, if you will, across your rear delts, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So this set here, first of all, you'll notice I don't have any calves, and yes, I do train them, and it's something I'm working on. And I'm sure you'll point that out anyways, but I'm looking to see just how my knees track, so I'm trying to go out, over. You'll also notice a little bit my left heel is moving around a little bit. I use my New Balance shoes for the squatting today. I would typically use squat shoes, which have a much firmer heel, and I don't have this problem when I wear them. However, it's just something to note as I'm looking here. Now from this angle, I'm looking where my knees track out over my toes. And a lot of people will hear, don't let your knees go past your toes. I don't really have too big of a problem with it, as long as you're not transferring the weight to the front of your feet, which you can see from this part, I'm not, because my toes are still sticking up in the air a little bit. Again, you'll see some foot movement here. It's really tough to judge, only because, again, the weight is fairly light. You can also see a bit more of that butt wink. Too many butts here. Now this angle, I thought I'd again get a better view, but this is probably the worst view I've ever seen in my life, and this is not attractive at all. You also get to see some of my shins here. You guys always ask why I wear high socks, and it's from deadlifting. You do have sometimes a tendency to scrape the bar on your shins, and you can see my shins are pretty beat up. This is basically just a glorified teabag shot. Again, I apologize about this, but these are some of the things that I look for when I'm squatting, when I'm filming stuff, things that I look at to see where I can improve. So hopefully you guys can take something out of this, and hopefully it's not the teabagging part, but use it when you're filming yourself in your own squats to kind of get something out of this and just check your bases. As always, everybody, thanks for watching. Stay big.